Let's go here. Let's talk about SPLG. Is that okay to invest in?
Yes. I know Vanguard shot to BlackRock because y'all be acting like big U when y'all see me. So shot to BlackRock. I love y'all. But SPLG is a good one to invest in. Do I still like Vanguard more? Yes, I do. But if you need a more affordable ETF to invest in, it's cheaper. Currently at $68. So from a price consideration, I would look to invest there. I ran into a couple people at the Rockets game who were asking me about that. Vanguard is incredibly expensive. You still have the same stocks in the S&P 500. Are there risks associated with them not being the number 1 or 2 leader in the ETF space? Yes. But if you're looking just on price alone and you're looking to buy several hundred shares worth, you can start to build a position there. So SPLG is okay to buy for the long term.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ethereum. What's the deal with Ethereum?
Shoddy.
Let's talk about it for a little bit, man.
Why hasn't it moved? Can I give the honest answer? Or are they gonna kill me like they did on Math?
I mean, we can.
What's the honest answer?
We could just say, it's consolidating.
The honest answer is because BlackRock hasn't invested into it. So I told everybody in 2021, I thought that we wanted autonomy from the big banks and all this other shit, and everyone's like, "You don't know what you're talking about." While I'm talking to the banks. Okay, cool. It hasn't moved because the banks saw that they can take over, and that's why some of the other cryptos are incredibly important that are truly decentralized. But either Vanguard or BlackRock is going to make a move in the next 2 years on Ethereum, and then that'll be that, and they'll start to move, and then
But BlackRock has invested.
They haven't put a bunch of the same capital into it as they have Bitcoin. They put their flag in the moon, right, for sure, but they haven't pushed that product enough yet, if you will.
So they did, and for those who might be like, what are they? So they have an ETF. So the ETF is ETHA, which allows you to invest in Ethereum token through a brokerage account.
Yeah, but on the client side, they haven't pushed it.
Yeah, but they have, right. You hear about the Bitcoin one, obviously it's more dominant, but they have though. Okay, yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, keep going.
So that's it. I've learned from the little crypto community. Rashad, what are your thoughts? Y'all straighten me up, and even when I'm right, y'all criticize. You don't know it. You're not a maxi, and you're a shill for the government. All right, I hear you.
Government shill.
Government. You want something? You want to take it? I got something.
You gonna say it 3 times like it's true? I ain't with it.
That's Dr. Umar. That's Dr. Umar strategy. A government shill. A government shill.
Mm-hmm. Or it's inside the content. I feel you.
You gotta say it 3 times.
Yeah.
Like Candyman.
You want me to go?
Yeah.
So that was the encouraging part. That the fact that BlackRock has invested in it. Like I said, if you look at it, if we treat it like we're looking at an equity and we're looking at a chart from a technical analysis standpoint, this does look like consolidation. The problem is it's tough to quantify what would be the catalyst. That's the tough part inside of crypto. We never know what the catalyst is.
If one person gets in office in about a week and some change,
it could be a catalyst, or maybe it's not. When we talked about Ethereum, I mean, when you talk about the king of the hill in terms of DeFi, like what is being built on what, Ethereum is still the place. Some of its competitors have caught up.
Absolutely,
they're still the king. Solana comes to mind. USD comes. So the competitors are starting to creep up. They're still dominant. I wrote this in my notes. It was interesting. Over 300,000 Ethereum was withdrawn from exchanges last week. On nearly $1 billion, which is never a good sign when you're talking the crypto space. So something's happening.
Yeah,
we don't hear from the founder as much as we used to.
Wonder why,
which is interesting. But the fact that BlackRock is invested is like, okay, long term, we know it's not going anywhere. Or else their analysis and their analysts have done the research for us in a sense, where they're saying, all right, this is something that we believe in. But yeah, it's consolidation. That would be, if I had to figure out one word, what's going on with Ethereum, consolidation is happening. The catalyst, undetermined.
And Bitcoin is just a better investment across the board.
Yeah, the Bitcoin, that ratio has spread now too.
Dramatically.
Where it was like, if you look at the Bitcoin dominance ratio to Ethereum, the gap, I think it's wider than it's ever, maybe since 2020.
Yeah. It's getting pretty wide.
Yeah.
And should Bitcoin be a core investment?
You gotta pause there.
Why would I say?
That's all right, but they heard it, but it's all right. Keep going.
My brain was scrambled because Rashad called me a government shield 3 times. Like, damn. And they got my dog to turn on me. There's been a lot of that this week.
Hold
it down. Your boy.
Throw water on him. Nah, throw water on
him. Hey, did you like they do in Mexico? Right, go right in that ocean.
All time high.
Crazy.
Walk straight at the end.
All time high, man.
Looking like Kaiser Sose.
For real. Insane. But what do I know? But shout out to Vitalik. President Putin, with all your illustrious leadership, can you allow that boy to talk sometime soon and let people know what's going on with Ethereum?
Ethereum.
It's
Bitcoin is better.
That ether. That make your soul burn
slow. Yep.
So fact. Shout out to Nas, man. Okay, let's talk about this. MSTR.
Good segue.
It went up over $20 today. How far can it go?
Maybe in 4 or 5 years, I can see it getting to maybe 480 to like 510. But back to my original, I thought we wanted decentralization. So I love Michael dearly. But I thought the purpose, and I keep saying Michael is the new Cathie Wood. So as long as he plays ball and doesn't upset the power structure, he'll be fine. If he doesn't, at some point they'll tear his firm apart the way that they did hers. But Michael's a great investor, love him dearly. I do love that he believes in the product that he's investing in, but I do have him getting to 4 or 5 years, getting to the $500 range. And it's a good way to play Bitcoin if you don't want to buy Bitcoin directly because of the price of it. So to play it as if like it's an ETF, MicroStrategy is a good way to lever or leg into that position for sure.
Yeah. If anybody's asking right now, should they buy?
Not right now.
I want you to rewind about 10 minutes ago when we said take the depreciation at 25 to 25%, and remember that. But
for right now.
Yeah, just be disciplined, right? Yes. Like if we just told you that and you see that it's hit, is it its all-time high? Let me see. Let me check here. Yeah, it's at its all-time high at 259. It's sitting at 255. Easy math tells you that's not a negative 20% depreciation. So it can't be 25. You got to sit tight. I want you to watch its correlation as the price of gold appreciates. I want you to watch its correlation as we look at interest rates decrease, right? When you start to hear words of recession and inflation, look at the correlation between that, Bitcoin, and MicroStrategy. There are gems inside of there.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of inflation, Paul Tudor Jones said last week, all roads lead to inflation. And let's be real, cost of everything going up. I don't know if housing prices, shout to MG, he says this all the time. I don't know if housing prices will ever come back down, car prices, cost of tech, especially in a world where they want us to rent everything from a few major corporations. I know I sound like Bernie Sanders, but it's the truth. Inflation, you have to invest in gold, Bitcoin, ETFs, indexes, top crypto to offset the inflation that is being given to the consumer. So please be careful. But yeah, wait for those 25% drops. If you get a 50% drop and can load up, even better. Even better.
Yeah.